Morning everyone. It's about 102 degrees out here today in East Texas, and I am completely covered up for protection. Forget the sunscreen, forget that chemical stuff. I'm just going to cover my skin up completely. A bandana around my neck so my neck doesn't burn, and hopefully this wide brim hat will help out with everything. Anyway, I'm out here to work on the garden. The ground is really dry. I'm going to show you what I'm doing here. Let me take you to, if you remember my plan here, I'm going to be putting in some of the wood posts. I already bought the T-posts, but I need to get everything set with the wood posts and the corner set. Today I don't know how far I'm going to get because this soil is dry as a bone right now. For all that rain we've had, you know, a few months ago, it is pretty dry out here now. It hasn't rained that much in the past maybe month and a half. But nice thing is I borrowed my friend's power auger. I am so thankful to my buddy Neil for loaning me this, because this ground is pretty hard, and it is going to be a bear to try and get through with a post hole digger. Because how I know that is, if you come over here with me, I'm trying to locate where, when I turn this water off, I'm trying to locate where that pipe is. And I don't know how far deep it is, how far down deep it is. I've got a hole right here. I'm trying to soften up the ground. You can see I've struggled with a regular spade shovel here, so I'm trying to get a little bit moist so I can dig down and try and find that pipe. But if you take a look here, I'm going to take you right up towards the other one in the distance, which is right there. So my pipe probably runs somewhere in this area, and as you can see, I've got some posts I need to dig, and I'm going to be running right over that area. So I need to know exactly where that pipe is so I don't bust through it, because that'll not be a fun repair. You always want to check what's under the ground before you start digging, of course. And I think I'm safe with everything else. You can see the the power pole over here for the house, and I believe that the internet is run on that second line underneath. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it's run that second line underneath and then twisted with the wire, the feed wire that's coming into the house. The primary wire, primary power wire, is always on top. A secondary is underneath, and usually they run also underneath. If it doesn't have a secondary, power supply wire is all the telephone or cable or anything like that. So I believe, hopefully, that second line under there. And I'm not 100% sure, but that's how it was working architecture down in Houston. So, but that rule doesn't hold true 100% of the time. So over here, I've also got this power pole that feeds the barn, and there's nothing else running out here. Everything's up, so that's good. So I don't believe I'm going to encounter anything except for the water line for the irrigation in this area. So let's go try to find it. Check it out. Found it. I guess it was down about a foot, so perfect. Alright, one thing I forgot to show you guys is you really want to measure on your auger how deep the blade goes. I got 2'6" to the top of the coil right here, and that's about what I need to bury the 8-foot post. I'm going to do a 6.5 foot high post on the corners. 2.5 feet down should be plenty. You can look, see here, looks like my hole is pretty deep. That is, perception is different. It's only about a foot deep. So I got a long ways to go here until I can get this down about 2.5 feet from the top. And I might go a little bit less, say 2, because then I'm going to mound up around it so the water drains off against the post. I'm going to mound up with some concrete. Anyway, when you think you're done, you're not. You can see I got my second hole position laid out right at the end of this post. Measured it off from the center of the hole straight with my in line with my other stakes here, and put that stake and marked right at the edge of where that hole should be. But in the meantime, I gotta work on this one again.
So as you can see in the middle of the video, I stopped with what I was doing because my neighbor came over. This is the first time I had met him. He looked at me and said, "Wow, you're going to have a tough time doing that by hand." He said, "I have a tractor. Let me go get it." That is what I love about the country. People willing to help almost immediately, just after first meeting you. I was very thankful, and this project is going very, very well. We'd appreciate it if you give us a thumbs up and like the video and subscribe to our channel. And click on the video on the right hand side of the screen to see how we planted out the garden. And look for our next video on how we are putting our garden fencing up. I know you'll be happy with it. Appreciate it. Have a great day.